On the 12th day of the food storage, old Fred gave to me. Good morning, guys. We are on the 12th day of the food storage challenge. We're going to change it up a little bit today because my husband is off and our schedule is way out of whack with homeschool and work. So today's kind of acting as the weekend, early weekend. So we're going to take you on a field trip today, people. So to start off the morning, it's going to be real simple. We're doing chores, getting ready. And we went outside today to find we have a huge drop off of watermelons. And old Fred is just incredible. I want to show you how this man grows his cantaloupe. He is known for his watermelons and cantaloupe. Is this not gorgeous? Look how big that is. So we have fresh watermelons outside, and we've got cantaloupes coming out our ears. So that's why we keep him very well fed with lots of tomatoes and eggs and yummies. And of course, he'll have he likes sausage. So we're going to have a lot of that coming his way as well. So we're going to take you on a field trip today. My plans for tonight, unless, I even hate to say it, but I'm going to be honest, it's like you were just standing here planning on a big breakfast dinner tonight. So we're going to go through some biscuits and sausage and gravy and eggs. I'm going to cheat only in one area, and that is my sausage, because we're waiting for our own, and that should be coming back within the week. So that's going to be major. So nonetheless, there's different ways to make home-style gravy. There's lots of different cheats with that you can have in your food pantry and storage. My Nana's taught me all kinds of tricks. So we'll talk about that later. I want to show you this. We're going to take you on a field trip. It takes a little while to get there from here. So hopefully that will work out. Fingers crossed. Trying really hard to have a really fun family homeschooling and food pantry style challenge all in one today on this beautiful Friday. We'll talk to you soon. I'm digging into that. Cantaloupe actually is supposed to be one of the top foods that you can have for breakfast. Very high in vitamin C, very good for purifying your system. So if you read a lot of those nice health books, those great books out there, a lot of them will tell you to start your day alone with cantaloupe. If you're going to have something with fiber in it, not just juicing or anything like that. So just a little tip there. Who doesn't love cantaloupe? I mean, really. All right, let's get busy. All right, guys, we've already been down to the factory where we had some folks showing us how things were washed. That's what you kind of see in the video, where everything is hung up and going through. It's been washed, it's being prepped, it's being seasoned, it's being baked. It's did all this before it's sent out. It is amazing to see. So we're gonna go in and do some shopping and see what all they have down here at the Lodge Factory store. All right, guys, when you come down here to South Pittsburgh to visit Lodge, pick up all your goodies, this is where you want to come and get a pizza. I am telling you, it's not just because I lack cheese in my diet. It is a fantastic pizza. Right here on the corner of South Pittsburgh. I'm going to show you all my cool kids walking. All the people at the red light that want to wave at me. All right, guys, we are back. We're cooking dinner, cooking up a quick breakfast dinner here. I'm going to talk about all this here in just a second. Just want to say thank you to Lodge down there for being so good to us. We got some goodies down there, and we love visiting, seeing the manufacturing company and going into the store, and we hung out in South Pittsburgh for a little bit. Guys, if you haven't been down that area, in the Chattanooga area, all down in there to visit, you really need to go. It is so beautiful, and you just don't get any better in terms of hospitality than East Tennessee, right? That's right. So what we've got going here tonight, guys, we got two things to talk about. Number one, I'm cooking a quick breakfast dinner. It's just going to be a little bit of sausage. It's going to be some, homegrown eggs, if you will, farm fresh. And that is my carbon steel. And of course, here is my 10-inch Lodge right here. I've got my biscuits in there. I hope this isn't too hot. No, not yet. So I'm baking brown sugar biscuits. Yes. One of my top videos in terms of my recipes. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link to it. You need to check this out, guys. Your life will change with brown sugar biscuits, I assure you. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I want you to listen, and to listen really well. If you go and watch that video, okay, if you go and watch the video, there's one little change. What I'm doing here versus what you're about to see. Back it on up. Let me show you. Tonight, dun 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 dun, I made it with Crisco. Folks, I want to make something very clear. I want you, listen to me. Look at me. Shh, no, don't, shh, stop that. Listen, just give me a second. Shh. If you're in a crisis situation, if you are talking about food storage that you have put away for emergency plans, emergency purposes, back it on up purposes. I don't eat this every day, folks. Okay? If I'm going to milk a cow and eat real beef, grass-fed beef, farm fresh eggs, and all, butter, and all the things that we do, you know as well as I do, I'm not eating Crisco every day. Okay? It's not exactly my first option. Okay? Used to be a lot of everybody's options. Things have changed over the past 10, 20 years in our food supply. I'm the first person to admit that and tell you that. But I'm also the first person to admit and tell you that things need to be able to store well, and you need to have plans A, B, C, and D. Okay? Here's how it goes, folks. This series is not about how to make you healthy in 31 days. This video series is about how you can sustain and have different options and different things to do, and how we personally are figuring out our food storage plan for our personal family. If it helps you along the way, that's icing on the cake. But we're taking you along for our journey. I personally believe a little tub of this in the back of your pantry as a backup is not a bad thing. Okay? I probably use this twice a year. I hate to tell you, it makes excellent Christmas cookie icing. It really does. It just does. How many times am I making icing for Christmas cookies? Probably twice a year, okay? But the bottom line is it has a pretty long shelf life, okay? It's not expensive, and it really does make some good biscuits and other things. So if you don't have access to milking a cow and real butter, and your butter's gone, and you don't butcher your hogs or your pigs, therefore you don't have lard, I hate to tell you, you're going to have a lot of problems unless you just like butterless pancakes. There's not a lot of options in a lot of ways if you don't have options in terms of your butters and your fats. That's just the way it goes. So I'm telling you right now, I'm doing this on purpose. I didn't have to make the video with this. I chose to on purpose because I wanted you to see what we're doing and why we're doing it. We're testing our own grounds. I will tell you another thing. If you went to Mamaw's kitchen probably 20 years ago, she was probably cooking with a lot of Crisco. Okay, so you probably ate it and you didn't know it. I know things have changed, but that's not the point. The point of this video, guys, is literally to teach you and to help you and to go along with us on our journey on knowing if something happens, and we, you know, and it did happen here, folks. I've got friends that don't live too far from here last winter that went 14 days with no electricity, no water, and ice, and, you know, inches of ice was on the ground, okay? That totally happened here. They had to have lots of options. They have lots of kids, okay? So here's the deal. Put it away. If you never use it, it's okay. That's okay. If you're in a pinch and an emergency happens, you're going to feel real good you got a backup. And my most important advice to you is if you go to somebody else's house in a crisis situation, a neighbor, mamaw down the road or whatever, and she pulls out Crisco and makes you fresh biscuits in the morning, don't you say anything to her about the Crisco because you don't want her to tell you to go eat a pine cone instead. So I'm just saying, be open-minded to different options because it's about a backup plan, not necessarily what you're doing right now. I got to flip these biscuits or they're going to be as dark as that cast iron. Here we go. All right, sister flipped the biscuits. Now remember, when you're making the brown sugar biscuits, whether you're making them indoor, you know, normal oven and whatnot, they will be a little bit stickier. So I had to flip them individually. You can see right here, when I flipped them, these over here got a little bit browner quicker than those. Why? Because the handle was over this way on the fire. Remember what I'm telling you about rotating. Even when you read a lot of suggestions from Lodge Cast Iron and you read through books about cooking with cast iron and Dutch ovens, it's a lot of rotation and flipping and turning and manipulating and things like that. So be well aware whether it's out here on fire and flame, inside on your wood stove. It's going to be that situation. Always have that in the back of your head, and you got to be quick and on it. All right, I'm going to get this sausage going. These are just about done. That's which I wanted first and just set to the side so that I don't have to worry about it. And if you burn them, it's okay. Like I'm always telling you, sometimes you got to burn it to learn it. Here we go. All right, guys, just to show you what I picked up on today, because I'm going to ask for some stuff for Christmas. But nonetheless, I found some great deals today. Look what I got. I got another carbon steel skillet. I'm having a full giveaway on my Facebook page for this. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? If you want one of those, hit me up on Facebook and share it, and that will enter you into that. I also got a French rolling pin. You need at least 2 rolling pins. One is, no, you got to have more than one. Just like the little whisk rolling pin. So they had a great sale on the French rolling pins, and so I grabbed one of those, and then, oh, why do I keep seeing pieces of large sliced pineapple with a cherry in the middle? And miniature, you know, upside down pineapple cakes. That's what I'm seeing happen right here. Mini chocolate cakes. You crack a bunch of little, I loved this. So I picked up this today. If you go to their outlet stores, if you go to the manufacturer stores and things like that with Lodge, they have a whole section of odds and ends. Maybe there was one little piece that, you know, something was wrong. Personally, you wouldn't ever even know it. And they give it to you for a discount price, like half price. So you definitely want to know that. So, want to let you know, make sure you check out Lodge Cast Iron. That's what we're cooking with, guys. You're going to love it. All right, guys. As soon as we pour, look at that. Woo, that carbon steel, baby. We took the bring the sausage down here so they can see it. Oh, there she is. Pick up a pound or 2 of Tennessee pride. Okay, that's what we did. Because here's the deal, folks. I'm being honest with you. I don't have my pork back yet. You will be seeing a lot of pork very soon. So, you know, my kids like a little bit of sausage or bacon every now and then, and we've gone through it. You go through it. So we cooked that. My kids and my husband wanted that. I'm really not that hungry. We ate so much this afternoon down at the pizza place in South Pittsburgh. Man, they have good pizza. I admit to you, I had pizza. And everybody was laughing at me because I was indulging with the bread and extra butter, wasn't I? Yeah, my husband's saying uh-huh. But look at, I want you to see, so I cooked the sausage in here, and look how it added nothing else to this seasoned carbon steel. And look what it's doing. A lot of people complain about sticking. Now, if I set that right plumb over on the fire and left it, it's going to burn up and stick. That's just common sense. Look how beautiful these are cooking up. All that is 7 of my own eggs. And I say again, the shells of those golden comets are just perfect. Crack beautifully. So I had 3 of those, 2 Easter eggers, at least 2 leghorns. I think that's right. And I've cracked them. I put a little milk in it and a little bit of pepper. Nothing else. And plopped it in here and turned the camera on, and look how beautiful they are cooking up in very hot, the carbon steel right here. All right, I'm gonna cut this off and let these sit for just a minute, and we're gonna pull them off because they don't take very long. Farm fresh, baby. All right, guys, just want to show you real quick. I changed my mind. I'm gonna have a little nibble of some sausage. I'm gonna have tons of pork. There's no secret here. So we have a lot of pork and a lot of sausage and a lot of bacon and things coming to this homestead. So I'm going to have just one little bite there, just something. Here are my brown sugar biscuits, even cooked outside. Right there. They are a little, like I've told you before, they're softer. They're a little stickier. They're a little doughier, okay, than your regular biscuits because they do have that brown sugar in there. Fresh eggs. I just sliced that right before I opened it. I'm going to have some tea. I'm going to have the rest of that cantaloupe that you saw this morning before we cut another one. I'll probably share that too with the kids. Guys, I'm telling you, Crisco, something of the like. We were just talking about it after I filmed. Put it in the pantry. Put it in the back. Just keep it part of your rotation. Very inexpensive and could make or break a lot of different situations for you. And like I've said before, it's so funny because me and Miss Homestead Lady and I were talking about it one day, and she said, gosh, you could just make it into a candle if you did nothing else. That's exactly right. Be very open-minded when it comes to different things, regardless of how self-sustainable you are. You know, if you have the skills to grow and stow and put away, if you have a dairy cow, you have the dairy goats, you have the big garden, you have the 2,000 jars of canned goods put away. Folks like that have all of these things understand how quick things can change at the flip of a dime. And I'm telling you, they always have a plan B, C, D, and so on. Time to eat. We're tired. We had a wonderful day. Thank you for coming along with us. Like and subscribe and comment. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. We're pushing forward on the food storage challenge. We'll talk to you soon.